Breaking news. With Outsurance, you always get something out. News Leader, proudly brought to you by Outsurance.
Impala Platinum reported a robust performance across its mining and processing assets. The miner says the benefit of strong metal pricing was maximized through a commendable operating performance and sustained cost control. CEO Nico Muller joins us now to unpack that performance. Nico, thank you so much for your time today. I think what jumped out at me was the dividend figure, a payout of 3.7 billion rand, which is double Implats' stated dividend policy. Does this signal growing confidence of earnings growth moving forward, particularly in a commodity cycle where precious metals are back in favor?
Thank you very much. It signals two things. One is growing confidence. We have spoken about the markets and our belief in continued price support going forward. But in addition to that, the company is in a very fortunate position that we do have an existing very strong balance sheet. We've got very little growth investment. And so after we've done everything that we have wanted to do with the cash proceed, we believe that there's been at least 60% of our free cash flow available to share rewards with shareholders.
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, when it comes to the commodity price cycle, whether you think this is more of a structural cycle than it is cyclical, because you are expecting prices to remain high for the medium to long term.
I believe that there are two factors. One is the fundamental PGM markets. We have been in deficit for the last few years. There has been an increase in jewelry demand. We see continued downward revisions of battery electric vehicle penetration. On top of that, we've got supply concerns given the lack of investment in the industry, future demand. So we're sitting with a demand with a supply decline. On top of that, I believe, and more importantly, we're sitting with a new era of global positioning. It is a new order. We have seen a shock to the world order, to global relationships, to supply chains. So there is an increased shift towards multipolarity and increased risk associated with supply chain. So critical metal storage has become a fundamental matter for many of our major economic areas, and therefore we believe that there will be a continued upward pressure on the price for some time to come.
All right. So digging deeper into the numbers, revenue up about 40%, but production was flat. What explains that disconnect? Is it an issue around cost pressures and logistical challenges?
Well, I think the way to look at that is our production period on period was relatively flat. We sat with a 40% increase in rand basket revenue, and that translates into this 40% increase in revenue. So the maths makes sense.
All right. You mentioned costs there. We're talking about some of the cost pressures, and a major component for mining companies is energy. Nico, just talk us through your sustainability strategy, particularly when it comes to renewable energy and also just managing your power costs.
So energy security has been a critical part of our ESG strategy. We did commission during the past year the 38 megawatt renewable energy solar plant in Zimbabwe, and we also kicked off the second phase of that. On top of that, we are pursuing renewable energy solutions for Marula operation, as well as our Impala Rustenburg operations, and that will be in the form of wheeling contracts with renewable energy service providers. And we have already commissioned a smaller renewable energy supply for our Springs refinery. So I think we are well on track, and it will remain a very important pillar for our operations.
All right, let's leave it there. Nico Muller, thank you so much for your time, sir, and taking us through the first half of Impala Plat's performance. That was Nico Muller, CEO of Impala Platinum.
Breaking news. Switch to OUTsurance Business Insurance and get a 20% discount. News Leader. Proudly brought to you by OUTsurance.